Hey guys, it's Jenny here. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute. I don't even know how long it's been. I'm pretty sure the last thing I posted was an August book haul, and it is currently noon on December 29th. So it has almost been, a year, since you guys seen me technically. Realistically, it's only been a couple months, but it has been a rough couple of months. I had COVID again. I had influenza A and a sinus infection, an upper respiratory infection. I had a family member in the hospital. I've had, it's just been a really rough couple of months. And I've been in a pretty big book slump. In October, I got a decent amount of reading done, but I just didn't really have the energy to vlog it or film anything regarding it. It's just been a tough couple months that I've just been kind of taking to myself to just allow myself to heal and just take a step back. I've been working a lot. The holidays have been really stressful this year. There's just, it's been a lot, and honestly, I really contemplated if this channel was something I wanted to continue pursuing, and honestly, I'm still not really sure. Like, it might be coming sooner than we think, that I might just decide that, this isn't really what I want anymore. Like, I really enjoy this community and having this outlet to talk about the things I love with people, but ultimately, at the end of the day, a lot of times for me, it ends up feeling like a chore, and I don't want that to happen. So these breaks often end up being really necessary. I'm coming back today, though, because I had an idea brewing in my noggin, and I've just been having this urge to get back into reading, but more, I've also felt the urge to vlog it and post again. So I saw this idea on TikTok of somebody doing a reading challenge where they read 7 books in 7 days. I was like, I would freaking love to do something like that. But granted, due to my schedule, I know that that's not really realistic for me, and I don't want myself to set these unrealistic expectations only to be let down. But the truth is, I work 2 to 11 quite a few days a week, and it isn't practical for me to assume that I can finish a whole book every single day. So I figured I would modify the challenge. Hello. Due to me just not wanting a stupid long vlog, I'm just gonna say that I modified this challenge basically to just read how much I can before I feel like ending this vlog, because I didn't want a whole bunch to edit, and granted, this is still longer than I wanted it, but figured I'd pop this in there. It's not a 7 books in 7 days challenge, because that's vastly unreachable with my schedule. So there's that. And I went ahead and I went through all my shelves. I have accumulated a lot of books since the last time you saw me. This smut shelf was just getting started when you saw me last, and it is completely full, top and bottom. Not to mention the Barnes & Noble 50% off hardcover sale just ended a couple days ago, and I did go. I brought home 6 books, and not even to mention things I picked up in between, things I've been gifted. And yeah, it's just been a funky year. I mean, I didn't even do a what I got for Christmas haul, and I don't plan to, because I already put all my Christmas stuff away. It's just, in the same context that I am a mood reader, I am also feel like I am becoming like a mood booktuber. Like, if I don't feel like creating, and if I don't feel like, editing, it is hard for me to want to create content. Like, I can't do it just because I'm like, oh, this is like something I do. It's just like, I really have to feel like I want to do that. So I went through all my shelves. I created a little tiny TBR jar of all of the books that have kind of been like at the top of my radar lately. And I thought it would actually be fun if we had Nana pick my first book. So I'm gonna dump these, and she's gonna pick one. What one do you want, Nan? You gonna pick one? Yeah. This one again. Nana has chosen Twisted Love by Anna Huang, which conveniently is right here. What almost just took me out? It was my book scanner. Is this your pick, Nan? Nan? Is this the book you've chosen? Samira? Do you want to pick a book? No? Do you want to pick a book? Hey. You want to pick one? No? Okay, then get down. Samira did not want to pick a book. She was very expressive about not wanting to pick a book. So, Miss Savannah has chosen Twisted Love. So, I do have to work today and tomorrow, and I will be spending the night at Rachel's house tonight. And I do have plans all New Year's weekend. So, I'm just gonna read when I can. I mean, it helps that this is a romance. Grumpy girl. Look at how big my little Samira's gotten. You got so big. The people probably don't even recognize you. Huh? She's in her diva phase. So, book 1 will be Twisted Love. I'm gonna put that in there. There's a playlist in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick another book just in case one of them ends up being an audiobook that I can listen to while I'm at work. Book 2 is actually I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. So maybe I will actually see if I can find that on audio and grab that one. Because I've heard it's really good. It's a shorter read, and if I can get it on audio, I could probably knock that one out pretty quick. Hello, everybody. So it is currently 5:40 on Saturday, December 31st. So happy New Year's Eve, guys. It has been a couple days, but it's also been a wild couple days. I had a really stressful day at work yesterday, last night, and my power went out this morning when I woke up, and the turn on time got changed like 3 separate times. So it's just been funky, but I do have updates. So number 1 being that I did read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This was really good. I decided to give it a 4 just because I feel like I let the hype get too much to me, and I was expecting a little more from it. Don't get me wrong, this was still like, I appreciate how raw and honest she was in this, but something, I don't know, I feel like maybe it was cut off too short or something. I don't know, but there was just something that I wish I also would have gotten from it, if that makes sense. But overall, I really enjoyed my time reading this. I basically read the whole thing in a day. I literally only had 28 minutes left in my audiobook to finish yesterday. So I finished that last night, and I started Twisted Love by Anna Huang, and I also finished this just a couple minutes ago. This was so good. Oh my god. I gave it a 5 stars. This book, oh my god. Oh, wow. Okay, so this book, it has Best Friend's Brother, it has Grumpy Sunshine, like, I Hate Everybody in the World But You, Forced Proximity, the plot twists, the hidden trauma bonding, like what? And this, ooh, it was good. The smut was really good. The only thing, I gave this a 5, but I do want to say one of the main things that always gets me when I read these romances that I end up loving so much. I fall in love with the characters. I fall in love with the story. I'm loving the story. And then always, always, always at the end, they like, it's, this might be a little bit of a spoiler, so skip like a minute if you don't want to be spoiled. But basically, one thing that I've noticed most romances that I always, like, they're going so well, right? There's always a falling out, and there's always a rekindling in literally the last chapter before the epilogue. So we only get one chapter, or just the epilogue, of them happy together. Like, can I please have some fluff? Can I please see these people happy? So, that's my main grief. All of that aside, I freaking love this book, and I'm really glad that I ordered the second one. Although I'm kind of sad that the second one is following different characters. At the same time, it's like, I get that their story is also kind of finished. And I did like the other characters that they introduced in this book. So I am kind of looking forward to reading into her other friends' perspective, especially the way that they set up the second book, Bridget's book. I'm thinking I'm probably really gonna like it. So all of that aside, I got some book mail yesterday that I did not actually open with you guys. I'm trying to decide if this is my dad coming home or not. Nope. So Katie Knight, she wrote Den of Vipers. I am a part of her group on Facebook. And I ended up placing an order for extra Den of Vipers content. So in that package was her business card with her slogan, "Writing the monsters you love to hate." Love to see it. I got a bookmark, again, with her slogan, and some of her works and her social media on the back. And lastly, this gorgeous tarot card. It's holographic. I love it so much, but that's not all. I have also received bonus content for Den of Vipers. So this is just a couple little bonus scenes by Katie. I love the Den of Vipers characters so much, and I had to have this. It is, of course, signed, and here is what the inside looks like. They really put a lot of work into this, and I really appreciate it. It's a gorgeous copy. There's that, and it is very short, very sweet. There's 45 pages, I think, or so in this, and I am going to be reading this tonight, but I also am going to go ahead and pick another book from my jar and maybe see if my cats have any interest in picking one, you know? So yeah, I mean, I have nothing better to do than read. Well, I mean, I do have stuff to do, but I'm in a pretty decent spot with reading right now, so I am kind of excited to see what I'll be diving into next. I'm a little apprehensive too, because my reading mood... Okay, well, I picked out 2 in one fell swoop. Okay. The first one I chose was It Starts With Us by Miss Coho, which is kind of ironic because that was the last book that ended up in my book sleeve before I fell into my reading slump. So, this is here. We're going to set this aside with my Den of Vipers bonus content. And the second one being Belladonna. I want to say the author's name. Maybe Adeline Grace. I can't remember where I put that book on my shelves, but pretty sure that's the name of it. I am still going to have my cats pick and see if we have a third contender, because I did just finish 2 books in 2 days. So, you know, I mean, it probably never hurts. Nana, you want to pick a book, Bean? Pick one. Nanny, what's this? You want to pick one? Which one? Here. Pick a book, Bean. That one? Oof. It's Sawkill Girls by, I want to say, Claire Legrand, perhaps. So, we are going to look into these. I have been relying heavily on audiobooks so far just because it's very convenient when I'm working so much. But I am going to have to start relying on some physical reading as well because Scribd is only going to let me go so far with audiobooks, and I don't want this getting back into reading to be a fluke. So we have 3 options, 3 chances for me to get into a new book. We shall see what happens. I will update you guys next time I have an update. So far, we're going good. 2 for 2. Hey guys, so it is currently 1:10 on... Technically, it's still Sunday the 1st in my mind, but really it's actually, you know, Monday the 2nd, but it's just late. So I have started Sawkill Girls. I have this one on audio. I am currently about 200 pages in, almost, I want to say almost halfway, and this is actually pretty good. I'm kind of pissed I haven't picked this up before, especially during a spooky season, because this is creepy as hell. It's not like too bad, honestly. Like, of course, like Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware and like No Exit, Lock Every Door. Those obviously significantly creep me out more, but like for a YA, this is probably one of the creepier YAs I've read. It's just like very dark and ominous, and it's like, it's something where it's like you it's like at the tip of your tongue or like just within your grasp of like figuring out what's going on, but it's like just barely out of reach enough to be like, I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, other updates on what I am reading in the next couple days. I don't know where my other book sleeve went. Okay. So I have not started my 2 physical reads yet, that being the Den of Viper snippet, which I just haven't had time to sit, like, well, I have time to sit right now, but I just haven't sat down to do it yet. I was out all day today. So those 2, I have not started. And then the other book that I picked from the jar was Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This book, though, I am going to be reading also on audio through my library, but it's got quite a hefty wait time on it. So I forgot this window was even open. It scared the shit out of me. I talked to Jocelyn and I was kind of like, you know, I don't know if I should pick another book and save that book for, you know, when the audiobook comes in. And we kind of agreed that that would be a better idea. And since I'm actually doing pretty good with my reading, I figured why not pick another one, kind of have something to look forward to. And if I finish this audiobook at work tomorrow, I have something else to choose from. So what do we got? Ooh, I am excited about this. I'm really excited about this, actually. I've been thinking about this book so much lately. And it is Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. I'm not going to grab the book right now, but I did want to pick one before I went to bed. I'm still going to listen to a little bit more of this until I am tired enough to go to bed. But I wanted to pop in because I'm about to shut my lights off and turn the LEDs on. So that book is all the way up there, though, somewhere up here, somewhere. Actually, I might be able to grab it. I thought it was still up top. skills. So, this is a smut. This is the same author that wrote the Haunting Adeline series. So, I'm actually super excited for this. I've heard a lot of really good things. I've been wanting to pick this up, but I have been in a book slump. 2 baby sharks. Step aside, Daddy Shark is here now. It's got a playlist in it. Love that. Ooh, and the Neighborhood's on it. Lana Del Rey's on it. This has got some good freaking songs on it. Ooh. Nice. Shall we read the trigger warning? This is a dark romance that contains very triggering situations such as graphic violence and gore, graphic murder, graphic language, suicide ideation, mentions of suicide, depression, and anxiety, PTSD, near-death situations, stranded in the middle of the ocean, dub/non-con. Mentions of incest and pedophilia, not depicted, child abuse, mentions of rape and other forms of abuse, kidnapping, and explicit sexual situations for 18+. There are also particular kinks such as asinophilia, the arousal by risk of being killed, breath play, degradation, and sadomasochism. Okay. All right. So, excited to get into this. This is going to be another physical read, probably. I don't think I am not reading this one on audio at work, so I'll have to figure out what I can find as a backup plan. Because I like to have an audiobook on hand while I'm at work, because it's nice to feel like I'm still getting stuff done. Well, I mean, obviously I'm always getting stuff done at work, but that I'm accomplishing reading books while at work. So, but I'm really excited that I pulled that book, actually. I've been looking forward to that. I'm trying to think of what else I have in here. I'm thinking. I've been wanting to reread Caraval. I don't think I'm feeling it right now, actually. I'm going to pop that back in there. We're just going to go with the flow, see what happens. But I'm going to continue with Salt Kill Girls for a little bit longer until I go to bed. And yeah, I will check in with you guys later, probably when I have a better update. Hey guys, so it is just about 1 a.m. on Monday night. So it is the 2nd day. It has been a rough day. So at work today, I was ringing up a customer, and the customer that had left before her walked out the door, and she came back in and she's like, "Ma'am, I think your car's on fire." So the lady that I was ringing up rushed out. Sure as hell, her car was smoking from the front, and she was parked right in front of our propane tanks. So she gets in this car that's literally on fire, moves it to the side of the building, and she didn't know that she was literally right over our gas line where our gas gets filled, and her car caught complete fire, and we all had to evacuate the gas station, and there was cops, there was fire trucks. Thankfully they were able to put it out, and everybody was okay. It was just really hard because I have PTSD when it comes to fire related things, and it was really scary because I honestly just like did not know what to do. I was not trained for something like that, and I just panicked. I'm not really sure like how it started because her car was off when it started, but the whole entire engine was completely just obliterated. Like the whole front of the car was just this big gaping black hole. So it was a really traumatic day. But I did just finish Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. This honestly really surprised me. I really liked it. I'm so torn on a rating though right now, because on one hand, like, I get it, but I don't get it, because there were so many concepts in this that just, like, I'm so confused. Like, I'm not confused, but I'm confused. One thing for sure I can say is I really liked the characters in this, the character development, and I really appreciated how lyrical her writing was in this. But I'm still kind of like at a loss of like what this monster was, because on one hand you go into it and there's these deep like horror shapeshifter aspects, kind of like a dark entity, but then like later in the book they mention it's more like an alien thing, and that it came from like this alien world, and that there's all kinds of these monsters throughout the world. So I don't quite know how to feel about it, because then there was just so many things brought into it. Because I genuinely did enjoy it. I think I'm gonna settle on like a 3.5, because I would have given it a 4. It did make me cry a little bit at the end. I got pretty emotional. But I think that there was just something like lacking, and I'm not sure what it is, but I think I'm gonna settle with a 3.5, because it was good enough for me to rate it like, it's better than just a middle of the road 3-star, but like I feel like it fell a little bit shorter than a 4 for me. So that's kind of where we're at. This was still really good, and I'm really glad I finally got around to this. So yeah, I really love the symbolism with the moths, and there was just so much in this that I really did enjoy and felt really connected to. But there was just some spots in the middle where I was like, what in the literal fuck is going on right now? I literally was just like, what? Like, what? Yeah. So anyways, also, I did not vlog this, but earlier before I left for work, I decided to draw another book from my mug, because I wanted to have another audiobook on hand before I went to work. Granted, I didn't end up listening to an audiobook at work just because it was a hectic day. But the book that I drew from the mug was The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. And I did find this on audio through my library. I think I want to try to save this though, because this is only a 9-hour audiobook, and I could probably finish that during a shift at work. So I think I want to save this for when I'm either at work or if I'm doing something around the house and I kind of like want an audiobook. As for physical reads, I haven't started anything yet, but I think tonight when I get settled down for the night, there's like a couple things I want to do around the house. I think I'm going to start with the Den of Viper snippet, just to kind of treat myself, if we will. And then I am going to read some of It Starts With Us. And we're going to save Does It Hurt for after these two are complete. So that's kind of just the general plan. I do have to work tomorrow, unfortunately. Really not looking forward to that at all. I would literally rather be doing anything else but going back to work tomorrow. But I figured I would give you guys a quick little update. Hi, Savannah. Nan, did you come to say hi to the people? Nan, what are you doing? So yeah, so far this reading challenge is going better than I anticipated. I don't know. I'm kind of pleased with it so far. I don't really feel like I'm getting slumpy at all. I honestly feel still like pretty engaged with it. And honestly, there's not many books that I put in that jar that I'm like, I'd rather not. I thought about there's like one that I considered taking out. I put Once on a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber on there. But I think I want to wait until I reread Carval to read that. So I'll probably take that out. But other than that, I'm just like rolling with whatever I pick from that jar. And I'm kind of excited to, knock some of those books out so that I can add some more and really feel like I'm getting a handle on my TBR and busting out of my book slump. So with that being said, I will check in with you guys next time I finish a book. Hello. So it is currently 2:35 in the morning on the 4th. I had a very productive day today. I did so much around the house. I'm literally so tired. But it's time for a reading update. So I did originally have planned to have more done today. It might get done, it might not. We'll have to see. I gotta put my hair up for this update because shit had me shook as hell. First and foremost, I read some of It Starts With Us yesterday and a little bit today, and I made it to chapter 19, page 171. I'm literally almost exactly halfway, if not a little bit over. So I was hoping to finish this tonight. Her books read really fast, but I thought that I would finish my other book sooner than it is right now. And I really need to try to fix my sleep schedule because I got a lot to do. I had a long day today, and my day off was spent literally busting my ass and working my ass off at home. And I am just whooped. Like, these past couple hours, from like 10:30 to now, is the only time I've sat down and relaxed today on my day off. I cleaned the entire barn. I cleaned my chinchilla's cage. I cleaned her room. I cleaned my room. I washed all my chinchilla's bedding, and she had a bunch of blankets to wash. I trimmed the cat's nails. I did so much. So, good job, bitch. Anyways, the real update is, while I was so busy, I started and I finished The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. What? I am actually going to go ahead and give this a 5. My first 5-star of the year. Well, besides the Den of Viper snippet, but I don't really count that because if I can't put it on Goodreads, it doesn't count. This book really took me through it because all throughout the book, I was like so set. I was like, I was texting my friends. I'm like, I'm going to be so pissed if like this is who I think it is, because like that literally is just no fucking fun. Like, there would be no suspense if it's who I think it is. And like, don't get me wrong, there was like a couple people introduced throughout the book where I was like, okay, well, it could be this person or it could be this person. And at one point I had my suspicion. I was like, maybe it's actually this person, but I dismissed it. I was like, no, doesn't really fit the pattern or the profile or anything like that, right? So I'm going through, I literally have like 30 pages left in this book, and I'm getting stressed out. I'm like, okay, there's only 30 pages left, and nothing has been revealed. We're getting no closure right now. And then it happens. The killer ended up being, this is not any spoilers or anything, The killer ended up being the person that I had the smallest, like, afterthought of, like, oh, maybe they're the killer. Because I, like, was getting frustrated and I, like, couldn't pinpoint a specific person. I was like, maybe they're the killer. And I was like, no. It was them. And so, like, that, like, kind of took me aback. But I was like, okay. And then I'm thinking, like, I have this whole thing figured out. I'm, like, so confident. So I'm listening to my audiobook and I'm waiting for the killer to reveal their accomplice. Or their motivation, I guess. Their motive. And when the killer goes to say the name, I say it. But then the killer says a different name. And I was flabbergasted by the turn of events this book took. I was bamboozled. The plot twist got me. I literally went and I gasped. And when the killer started, like, explaining the story and their motive behind things, oh my god, I was like, did not see it coming whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Nope. So it was pretty good. I really liked the Greek roots in this book a lot. I liked the nod to Demeter and Persephone and just all of the mythology elements in this, like the Greek tragedy. I really actually enjoyed that aspect to this a lot. So I went ahead and gave it a 5. Like, I've heard a lot of shit about this book. A lot of people told me I wouldn't like it. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on Book Talk and BookTube, but I can safely say I actually really enjoyed it. The Silent Patient was good, but I feel like I actually gained more enjoyment out of this book. I liked both books. I gave them both 5s, but personally, I just felt like I was more connected to this story because Mariana as a main character was just, like, more enjoyable for me to read, and I don't know, it was just like the story in and on itself was easier for me to keep up with, if you will. So with that being said, we are on book 2.5. This is technically my, if you guys want to count the Den of Vipers snippet, you can. It was 45 pages long, and I couldn't find it on Goodreads. So technically, this is my second book of the year. My first 5-star, and I'm very pleased with that. So, I've been tormenting myself with these all day, but I have some book mail. You just saw my address. That's fine. Do with it what you will, I guess. Just don't stalk me. I have book mail. I had some gift cards from Christmas. Why did that literally not even open this? Okay, it did. Never mind. So, I placed an Amazon order with my gift card. And now I have the book mail. The first book is The Never King by Nikki St. Crow. This is a 18+ retelling of Peter Pan. Morley Gray MCs. Touch Her and Unalive You vibes. Love that. Okay, so this is book 1, but the package that's really been tormenting me is this one. This one is chock full of goodies, and I have been dying to open this, but I said no. Wait until you finish something and just give a grand update at the end. So this is what I'm doing. First and foremost, these are so cute. I'm dead. Oh, the first thing I got is these little grippers for my Switch. Put those grippers away. Anyways, I'm so excited about these. I waited a long time to buy grippers because I wanted to really, really love them. And I can safely say I'm freaking obsessed with these. I can't wait to put those on my Switch. Okay, what's next? Okay, I'm loving the covers of these books so much. So we have The Dragon's Bride by Katie Robert. I have her... What do I have by her? Is it the Desperate Measures series? Do I have something else by Katie Robert? I don't think that the Electric Idol series is by her, is it? Yeah, it is, isn't it? So this is another series. I've heard really good things about this, but that and just like the old-timey cover really intrigued me. But it's like in a format that is not a mass market paperback, which I'm loving. I thought it was going to be a mass market paperback, but it is not, thankfully. It looks like one on camera, but I swear to God it's not. It's much bigger. So, I'm not going into synopsises because I don't want this vlog to be stupid long, and it already is because this is a 10-minute clip. Again, why? Next, we have Twisted Games by Anna Huang, which after I read Twisted Love, I was like, okay, I just gotta break down and get the sequel. So, here it is. I'm happy to have it. And I'm pretty excited about this one, honestly. She was kind of building it up in book 1, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Next, we have Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. So, actually, I saw, when I placed this order, this was never even on my radar. I kind of just found it on a whim, because I, was shopping through my books, and I saw that there was a deal, it was like a buy one, get one 50% off deal on books, so I went through the list. Twisted Games was on there, so I bought that. And this one honestly just caught my attention because the cover's stunning. So I will just go ahead and show you guys the back. I don't know if you can see that at all, but pause, screenshot, and read the back if you'd like. But I was just really drawn to the cover, and it had pretty good blurbs on it. And it sounded interesting, so I picked it up. And finally, Jocelyn's gonna be so pissed. She's got to get on ordering this one. I have Bloodshed by Molly Doyle. This is technically book 1 in the order of the unseen books, but it's kind of hard to explain this. So, I have her books, Scream for Us, and then Jocelyn got me Melt for Us for Christmas. So, those are novellas. So, Scream for Us is a prequel, and then Melt for Us is technically like a novella after this. So, this is like the first official book in the series. And I'm excited to read it. Scream for Us was really good. That was one of the books that I read when I was on my hiatus. Jocelyn and I buddy read it in a day, and it was pretty good. And then she bought me Melt for Us for Christmas, but she's like, don't read it, even though it's December. You have to get this book first. And she was explaining it to me, and I was like, okay. Which is kind of ironic, because I gifted her Scream for Us for her birthday? Question mark? Yeah, birthday. So this is the first full-length book. I'm very excited. This is a smutty, thrilling horror. So, can you guess what's going in my TBR jar? So now I'm kind of contemplating, because I drew Does It Hurt from the jar, and we still have Belladonna waiting. So, I'm kind of torn. I would finish It Starts With Us before I end this, but at the same time, I have a feeling that this vlog is getting super long. So I think I'm going to end this one here. I'm sorry, don't hate me. And start a new one so that things don't get too overwhelming to edit and upload. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully be seeing you next week for another reading vlog. I am not really feeling the desire to stop at this point in time, so we're just gonna keep on trucking along. And yeah, here's the grand haul. I still have a couple more coming. I think I'm waiting on 2 more books, and like a couple more items, but this is the smut haul. And I'm very excited. I don't think the witchy book is smut, but more additions to add onto the shelf. All right, bud, on the shelf you go. So yeah, there's a vlog. I kind of feel like I'm successfully out of my slump. And that is a very good thing, because man, was that getting annoying. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for a brand new video.